big map. BBL on defense, FUT on attack. If BBL win, most likely, I'm pretty sure with how close that other game was, that they go to playoffs. If they lose, they could go.
If they win this map, they make it.
Well, that's it for BBL. I think you have to imagine the pressure that these players are under. Now the reality really starts to set in, but
BBL wins their 100% fine now with round difference, even if they lost 0-13. Okay, well then,
instead, going for some
gotta win.
Hadn't seen anybody there, so the rotates are back, but these players are close on hand to maybe try to pick off some of these A players. So the shock dart's
the
good.
Fallon tanks a shock dart, gets the plant down though. He's made it to a pretty good pause, but he has been spotted.
About to be pressured on with Paranoia coming through, and Attic Captain caught down below, but there's support from Mr. Fallen. Pora, the one to pick up both those kills.
Pora's got a wall, so they fight heavier over towards site, and CNET must be dead, right? Beam just comes in to save him, and that's a little bit bold from Brave. And that is a pistol. Okay, in terms of the pistols, 2-1.
That's a good start for their side. I definitely think they're going to have a safer time when heading into the A side. I think that's the general sense.
Swinging off the CNED, yeah, they really bailed him out.
But without that Sage Wall, it definitely becomes a lot easier. You're still going to have so much utility to clear all of these sort of safe corners that teams might like to look to play in off angles. You've got Snakebite, Shock Darts, Nano Swarms, Fragment. Like, you got pretty much everything you could ever need. You also got CNED. That's just another piece of utility.
That helps.
No, nothing bought in. Just a little bit of util.
Difference in compositions, right? For BBL actually taking space.
Stay a little bit of util. We didn't even buy an Omen Smoke into this, right?
Yeah. He's going a bit more direct. Dashing in.
We've seen this Omen before, and it definitely at times has been very hit and miss. Paranoia is great. Smokes.
Knife hits, so Recon has to go yellow. And yeah, I like this though. They baited it out, right? Wall's about to go. Wall's about to go down, or maybe the wall just got dropped with the sound of the plant here, just knowing that they can be in good positions to just shoot with the better guns. I don't even think these will be armor rebuys right now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any armor rebuys. It's lovely.
2-0 to start this one out.
And get a better start ready for FUT.
Flawless, but like we said, Hunter's Fury farmed up on the back of it.
Yeah, and they'll also do the same as they always do. Yedajay had a pistol. He now invests back into a rifle. So it's going to be a 5-rifle buy alongside the ultimate. So if anything, okay, sure, it is the argument of the Bulldogs versus the Vandals/Phantoms on the other side. But that ultimate could end up padding the gap. For now, though, it looks like they're setting up early. Potentially just fight for the orb on B. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go that way, but it might just force Brave back a little bit further.
It also means the pressure is on for him. If he decides to stay aggressive after the drone's gone through, which he doesn't, concedes the space. At this point, though, you start to think FUT are not just looking for that orb. The knife has gone down on yellow.
I think this is nice from Brave, though. He keeps wanting to get hit by the knife, but it feels like... Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, they absolutely sent it. Recon lands as they double swing, and then Cena dashes across to get info. Whoa, and the flash somehow in the smoke. Damn, that was impressive. I'm enjoying this from FUT. Like, I get the idea of BBL. They're trying to get hit by the knife. Like, Brave's trying to get hit by the knife to create question marks like they are towards yellow. They're just not buying it, really. They did a recon round before, and then I feel like he actually needs to play yellow if he wants to do this. They are not believers. Gim1337, thank you so much. Did I miss a sub when I went as well? Yes. Bova, if you're still here, Bova_Scottia, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate that. Still here, dude. Thank you.
They disrespected every single piece that was thrown. Plant came in so
okay, low buy goes in. We got a stinger, 3 sheriffs.
Without the Sage, they made it look
Sage goes over towards A, picks up an orb, and they have a fast flank. So this could be okay for BBL in terms of damage.
This time it does seem like BBL are going to be a bit more.
Looks like they're going to do a similar thing, right? Tap of the spike, wall drop.
But unfortunately, they don't have the guns.
Tap of the spike. No wall drop for this one.
Stinger not really going to be able to do much from that position. Tags are decent, especially considering the weaponry in play. I mean, those are Sheriffs.
And they
tapping through that
broke
smoke.
the turret behind to create pressure. Now they all go over towards site. Double KO flash. Mr. Fallon has ult if need be.
This early on, this is really a round where I don't expect much from this side. Some aggressive stances, but again, that's because CNET can just get out of there.
Let's get a second one here.
Just like that,
Lovely round. I think it wasn't too costly as well, really. 3 people surviving. I think there's 1 armor rebuy.
As well, getting a lot of those orbs with a 4-0, basically flawless start. Economy sky
How come
high.
Liquid qualify F02? Because it will be map difference.
For BBL on this defense, that this is the round where they find an answer. Because if they don't, this is going to very quickly spiral out of their control.
Yeah, this was a map as well that I feel like a lot of people had some expectations that they might end up banning this. That is a
He's pumped up. Okay, with the with them getting orbs and then having a death as well, Poro manages to get ult. And this one,
still trying to react. Okay, they want those openers.
wait, it's on Sage as well. Oh, while they're dodging it, CNED takes the kill, but they should know that this guy's here because he got tagged as well. Bro, it is falling apart for BBL. Yeah, they need a timeout.
Drop somebody on the side of FUT as they're looking to retreat. He's going to try and catch him. Amal Cracks has won that battle as well. Now there's even a hesitation for FUT going, well, we got another kill. Do we just
and Ata's going to lurk on low HP.
I mean,
he just needs to tuck in here.
Probably, I'd like to see them group together in the 10th ball, but with how things have been going so far...
Oh, he calls him back?
Sure. Let's try to make the individual plays. Ada Captain's low, has a Viper's Pit, and just wants to secure some extra space, sees backside clear.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to overstep here. It's in the corner. I mean, he's won his team the round with this. It was pretty much won already, but...
Yedajay will catch him on the way out. Yeah, okay. I see for a second.
It's a save, and you got to start looking over towards here, and you're thinking, well, everyone's going to be hunting at one point.
A little bit more room to work with. So back towards yellow, and I would assume that they will carry these weapons forward. Even then, bridging all those gaps.
What point do they start running? Yeah, here we go.
A really bad sign for BBL. As mentioned already, they are in one of the weirdest scenarios we've seen, where if they win this series, they finish top in their group. If they lose,
Rossi, hello mate.
Which they are currently on track for.
Rossi, congrats, bro. You hate when they have a strong duelist player and play non-duelist Gecko or Omen. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Sometimes you gotta lean into the strengths.
They know where this last man is, and even though Yedajay walks out without his gun ready, Mr. Fallon
Rossi, when do you play it? Tomorrow, right?
It
is tomorrow, yeah. Best of luck, man, as well.
And left in the bin. A couple of players yet to even get on the scoreboard, Mitch.
For a split second, did he think about knifing him?
I think he pulled out Sheriff.
It was knife then Sheriff. Maybe it was a misclick on the Sheriff initially.
I don't think so.
Look at it, knife in hand, and then he switches over. That would have been crazy. He's got an up, I'll jump around him. Oh, I don't think they need to disrespect them any further. It's 5-0 in the lead. And FUT, they've got big ultimates online. We said Ada Captain last round managed to get the Viper's Pit in play.
Goes in early. This time we're trying to avoid the knife, and then we're going to try play yellow after. So avoiding the knife, and then we're going to go to yellow.
So again, one of the major problems should be getting the plants, and especially with
goes the knife, and then Omen's going to be like, damn, bro, why did I rotate?
And you can see again from FUT.
Why am I out of position here? I could be yellow killing everyone.
I almost feel like at this point BBL might be showing them a little bit too much respect.
Maybe, and that could be their problem in some games. We see this team consistently in series and in maps be slow to start. We looked at the percentages. It's always like the late half, the kind of second quarter that they manage to find the majority of the rounds. Hunter's Fury, it's not. It's caught Mr. Fallen. The spam from Kushner off the back of the reveal works perfectly.
AO
burnt up right here and now.
I mean, it's Viper goes in. We got maybe double molly. I think it might be one molly.
But that's the problem.
Goes out now.
It hasn't worked out. CNED just went sliding away, but he's still been caught. The best scenario we've seen so far for BBL.
Yeah, and everyone's tucked in this, and they're going to go around to the right. I mean, you would imagine BBL win this.
But the time is ticking. They need to get a move on. They're hoping to try and find someone. The dart has revealed, and that leaves just one in after Captain. He's managed to dance his
surely not.
He's trying to deny the
whoa,
defusal.
whoa.
Hold up. I don't know how he's managed to do this. Ada Captain has just pulled off maybe the most ridiculous.
Oh my god. Bro, it's like a heist, dude. How's he out of there? How's he out of there? He's celebrating and not even going for the next kill.
We need a replay. Cue it up.
How on earth, man? Viper Pit Shorty.
I need to see this a second, a third, a fourth time.
He was, I think, 36 HP.
Out of ammo.
Doesn't hit the shot.
One,
then
two.
just goes with the shorty. Gets both players. It's ridiculous.
Look at Yedishay.
Bro, he's just celebrating already, man. That's so sick.
On the stage when they win rounds conventionally. I think that microphone's going to need a swap out. It's a tactical timeout from BBL. Wouldn't be surprised
What a
if it
round!
goes
What a
into
round to
tech.
have a minute to think
Someone
about.
must have broken something. It might even have been me. I need to check this. Holy!
Well, I think Anacaptain broke his wrist. I don't know how he's done that. But that's the thing. If I go back throughout the season and I question how a man has done something, maybe with a pistol.
Look at that face.
I almost imagine Emil sat in the crowd right now going, now you know how it feels.
At least it wasn't a classic, Tom. It was a shorty.
No.
He probably wouldn't win it.
Slightly more expensive pistol with only 2 bullets in it. Yeah, sure, okay.
A few hundred credits makes all the difference, Tom. Less embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I mean, to be honest, the BBL pause,
what a
it might even
disaster.
help out FUT just to calm down the heart rates a little bit. I'm almost shaking after that one. I can't imagine how they feel. Captain is 10-2. FUT are 6-0. And we say BBL are slow to start. Well, that could have been the round that put them right back on the horse.
That should have been the round.
That was the round. That was the round.
No, could have. It definitely was meant to be. But out of cap.
Yeah, and the change-up is fighting a little bit more aggro over towards middle, but it might just be because of the hero guns, and we just wait for the contact of the turret, and we just swing out. And is that not Porus still with res?
Not in a good position for BBL.
I feel like he hasn't used res. I haven't seen it. He's been here for like 3-4 rounds. 3, I think.
Negatives to what we've just witnessed. Breezy hasn't managed to get anything. Kushner, however,
Oh, he ate it.
He's
Okay.
making a good go of this.
Hold up.
In fact, they're looking for an instant response. 5 HP though. Getting out of his important. Teaming up with the rest of BBL. He's still actually fighting and he's going to go down for it.
Oh my god, they put Killjoy
This is
into.
dangerous. They can decide to push this on the side of FUT,
absolute
but right
shot.
into Elite's Sheriff.
Guy has
Beautiful
so
shot.
much time though.
Recon just to check there's no flank waiting to catch him. He's going to have to run, but he'll make it. Out of there just in time, but the mid flank is watched by Brave. There he is. Mr. Fallen spotted him. Brave knows he's been seen. He'll start to back off. Taking this fight together is so important. This is a clutch that they cannot lose on the side of BBL. After that previous round as well. Mr. Fallen, he was slow on the first map, like we said. He wasn't fragging out, but now 8-2. Starting to find his groove. They've split up on the side of BBL. 2 1v1s.
Good news is he's going to be able to maybe have a recon.
12 seconds.
Be able to secure a plant.
Find the plant, and these players are close by.
That's a bold one. That's a real bold one. I guess he didn't know where he was. I thought he was going to go around the corner.
But it always does with this team.
Okay, BBL on the board after the timeout. And that was just a hero play, right? Kushner on site.
Balance is restored. A huge round from Kushner with that rifle. Being able to battle and brawl, and the pistols playing a part as well. Even still, it is just 1 round on the road to recovery. As we've already mentioned, this map for BBL,
Make sure they don't get reset.
For FUT, not so much. FUT,
Four
if they win this
people
series, they're top of their group.
with the 1,900 loss bonus that is
They get
wrecked.
to skip that
And
stage.
Yeta has an
BBL,
ult,
they
and
lose
Porus
this
still
map,
has res.
They're not even in playoffs. They win this map, and they are. It's as simple as that.
Oh. Recon scans so much. Drone goes in with the ult. See if no one's pushing close. Viper ult takes all of the site as well. They got to respect it.
The other part is a Liquid fan.
They could maybe spam some util in terms of shocks. U2 plant.
Oh,
Could be even
it's the default.
beautiful if we end up there.
Double mollies. So dude, they're making this like a death trap.
No real damage in. Again, that Hunter's Fury is available for Mr. Fallen. He's already going to be falling back. He's going to use it preemptively.
Oh.
They like to do this with
My
disruptive
goodness.
plays,
Okay,
but
made
the
sense
flash
with the
only
Fair
catches
Flash.
It's not enough for them. FUT have time on their side, but the advantage
Wall
for
goes
BBL
in.
is
They
to
have
fight
time to
close
spam the wall at the
through,
moment.
catching Yedishay, Kushner, a
Not
Trout
spam the
step
wall
up
yet.
top.
Only one segment.
Good position to play from
I mean,
now. They can
Porus should just be able to
smoke
stick
off
that the
this
whole
choke point
way.
and start the defuse halfway already, and the kills keep flooding in. CNED's the last man standing, and he has no chance to deny this. In fact,
Yeah, they handled it well, really. This is one of the things that this is one of the things that I want to say it's Cupid, but I can't really remember who was the first team to do this. It might have been 100 Thieves with the Brim Brim comp, or where it was like guard fast. Someone did this where like the G2 plant, you start doing one ways like this, and then no one can defuse, like no one can actually spam or see the wall. The G2 plant used to be so common that literally if you did these two smokes, everyone used to have after plant positions, right? 1, 2, 3. And you could say 3 is here or here. And a lot of times they would just plant here, or teams would just plant here and then just go to these 3 positions and just win with util. But as soon as the smokes go up, it also blocks lineups and it also blocks people dueling, and you can only really have full vision here in the middle. So, sorry, BBL dealt with this well. It's a lot down to the Omen.
Looking like he might even be able to rotate in or at least play in mid. They're in a great spot here, BBL.
Even taking fights from around these positions that they're currently in is fine. Poor is the one guy I don't want to see go down with that res in the back pocket.
Maybe Sentinels got banged out by that. Was it Sentinels that got banged out by that when they had Shroudy? And they needed to do other plants other than G2 plant?
Make some noise so that Yedajay can catch any flankers, any over-aggression on the side of BBL, but the rotates have come in through spawn, keeping mid secure with the Killjoy utility, and having a second player, a third, in fact, up and around that kitchen area. The rotates back, it's the right read, and the side of A has been left.
Okay, one person has started over towards B, one person has started over towards A. They were just waiting for the smoke to go back up over towards middle so they could cross. Recon goes in, but it doesn't hit anyone. But he's done a lot of pressure anyway, so the 4-person stays. Look at a free A site. Does Riazi send it? He really shouldn't. We can maybe get some shocks off, that's about it. The free plant.
Now it looks like a plant will come in. The shock darts, we've seen them before.
Hold up.
Second one's on
Close.
the way out. Captain's got to move, and he's taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, I thought he might at least go down there.
Something for BBL to work with as they go straight back in, and a great reveal combined with the paranoia finds the opening.
Cracks with an immediate trade though. Keeps things even. The wall has been problematic.
Guys, you gotta shoot that wall.
Not
like this. Oh god, just by the way, big 1v2. Rez is here. Yeah, I need to see those pings. Okay, managed to break the wall though. Okay. Yeah, ult vision block this as well. Maybe a little extreme with the wall, but it's all good. Yeah, maybe they need to fight heavier over towards side. The Sage Wall's kind of wrecking them a little bit.
Digging deep for this round, but they found it now 3 in a row as momentum swings in their favor. So too does the economy, at least begins to.
Losing to the wall, yeah, the retakes are good. I mean, if they're playing like this over towards A though, they could literally just do B pressure, save all the util. You have to fight this a bit heavier.
This will be a different round in the identity of this attacking side. And think about what BBL committed for it as well. The res, the Viper's Pit, they have to dump a lot.
Like this from BBL though, then maybe they kind of realized that and they're fighting this a little bit heavier as well. Let's see how much the B pressure rotates.
Immediately utilize. It gives them a buy. Something extra. Counter smoke to make things a little bit more awkward for CNED, but almost see into the mind of the Turkish.
That's all it takes, just a little bit of pressure. 4-person rotate comes in. And A site is kind of clear. Using a TPs across.
Where the spike is. Currently sat just outside A.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just the same round, but this time they insert one over towards middle, and they kind of know if they take here, that they heavy stack 3-4, and then A's clear. So they should be able to. Do not knife that instead? Or do they need to save knife for yellow?
Is on the way back towards yellow.
The first time they played yellow.
This is where the real danger is.
And this guy's been.
The dash has come in and CNED's found him. Yeah, the fight seemed quite telegraphed.
I mean, sure. CNED's just diffed him.
Spot to find any sort of success. Out of Captain now breaks a turret, causes them to look the other way, and that's when Mr. Fallen strikes a beautiful trade, even if not intended. But Reezy gets a little bit of his own done. That kill might just set their eyes on the site where they now believe the spike to be around. But look at the flank.
Oh, he saw the recon.
Dart was seen. Yedajay not able to find the shots and bails out just in time. 5 bullets.
Not the wall again.
As they attempt to move forward towards this spike. Blade Storm still for CNED. He can get up and above, trying to catch the head of Pora.
God, nice movement from him though to take down.
There's no diffuser, and there's no one to even attempt it for Pora. Finding both of these players is near impossible. And
I mean, that was nicely done. CNED did a lot here. CNED did a lot there, really. That first kill was everything over towards yellow. Nice luck as well, over towards A.
Baking out
Dude, there's no util there unless I...
End up hitting the site anyway.
This is a flash that was meant to go there.
It was actually the double lurk. You had the initial flag coming through from Ada Captain, which once you clear that player, you go, the other one probably isn't here. Probably watching the flank, probably making sure we're not coming behind. And then you have that second player of Yedige wrapping in. That was the big part of the round for FUT. Layers to this attack side. Again, no problems in terms of
this last round,
money for BBL.
they would have,
I think if they can get
like what?
4 or 5 rounds,
2.5 almost.
it's not a death sentence. It's still going to be tough, don't get me wrong. Especially with the alterations FUT have made to this comp to bring in that Killjoy.
Fallen
Sage
gets
on the
all...
defense, not as much of a loss. If they get to 9, I don't know if there's a response.
Yeah, that is where even the pistol could just tip the pendulum in their favor.
Yeah, and literally Mr. Fallon gets spotted, and he tells Wom to go here, and he calls the rest of his team to go back because he knows that this rotate's going to go in as this guy saw him crossing from A to B.
They were stacked up outside
Well,
A.
that's an insta-call here, and as we can see on the minimap, it owned it.
The one under threat. The retake setup is going to have to be tested. Perhaps Brave can find a few with the spams through the smoke on the Phantom.
Yeah, and this guy's close enough to hear some footsteps as they start going over towards B.
Smoke's about to fade, and he's just walked his
way
through an ambitious...
Oh my god, this guy behind him doing the smoke. No ways out. No ways out. And the guy gets killed back as Snowman. Holy, they are getting annihilated on the minimap.
Versus 3 post plan. An absolutely impeccable lurk from Yedige. Couldn't have planned it any better.
It's like fighting your shadow. You just don't know where he is. You can try and stamp him out, you can try and crush him, but ultimately he's still there, lurking behind you. A nice attempt from Bora to bait somebody into the fight, but they're more than ready for anything else, and at this stage, it just has to be the weaponry. They need to bring something through into the next round. Make sure they can at least get a purchase, and CNED, well, he's on the hunt. Yedige, as said, he's your shadow, he's behind you. He's the darkness.
They're all over him. Look at that mini-map. Players absolutely everywhere.
Nah, man. Oh,
human drone again.
Oh, God, it's such a demoralizer.
Such an annoying player to face off against, and BBL are learning that lesson the
hard way. Enzo's looking
8
happy.
to 3. 3 rounds in a row for BBL. They figured out their defense. They had a formula that was locked in. This round is insane. That smoke just got thrown, Tom. It just got thrown, and he can't kill him because of it. Even then, what impact would that have had with the way they flood this site?
Dude, the Sova backside must be like, how is he here? And the Omen's just in his own little world, just throwing the smoke.
How wouldn't you? Guy just shift walked up underneath heaven. Of course it's an A-side hit, but not this time. Well played by FUT.
It's definitely unfortunate that
Shock and Molly to break the
wanted to head into this map, but
turret that is normally there, but I think this guy pulled back his turret. It's somewhere else and I can't see it.
Time, but as said, we've already seen the adaptations. Nice one from Pora, though. That's a huge double kill. Leaves Mr. Fallen and cracks, and not to say that this time they definitely know it's
that's on his head.
Towards that ace, so that shot dart's going to do the work. At least make things a little bit more competitive. Now, Pora's still here, and he's low. He doesn't have any support. If they swing off this, it would almost have to be... I was going to say a mid-shot from the other
I respect it, though. He knew the guy was going to go for the widest swing.
I mean, I can forgive him for that, though. That flash was perfect. Now there's no utility left for FUT. Now they have to do it with just the rifles in hand. 20 seconds till Mr. Fallen even has a reveal, and that turret has to be destroyed. Has to be, there we go. Has to be destroyed. Had a little bit of armor, I guess. It bought full shields. Lead down to 48. Kushner, though, behind this box. He wasn't able to find value last time. That very same smoke ended up
no way are they going to do this.
Elite and Brave,
Viper fast behind. Mr. Fallen kind of on top of the idea that someone must be lurking or might be lurking.
And now he's got the timing near perfect. It all depends on which way Mr. Fallen's looking. He's swapping his vision between the 2 angles, and if he turns it just right, he'll catch Brave. BBL, nothing is going right for this squad.
Yeah, this is a devastating round for them.
1 versus 2. And a spike still to be
Bro, they must be so demoralized. Look at these rounds.
BBL, 9 to 3. FUT and Liquid fans alike rejoicing. as this first half seems to have set us up for a 2-0 victory for FUT. BBL have had a phenomenal season, and now they stand in a position where the choice of this series was top of their group or not in playoffs.
There's no way it went down like this. This is 2v5, right? Chat, 2v5 or 2v4? I feel like I forgot the first duels.
Choked it away. Like, the reason I didn't like the position from Pora at that stage is you have a huge advantage. There's
2v5?
no trade. There's no one that can get anywhere near that fight. Leave the position. Fall back. Play as a team. But instead, it was just isolated fights. You give those isolated fights to the players of FUT, to players like Cracks, Mr. Fallen.
Club sign. Yeah, I think Bacon's in the crowd and sent it to me. I think Bacon went up to the dude.
Big blunders that might just cost them absolutely everything. We've talked about 9-3 curses, fight backs to write home about, or
BBL got to win pistol.
Need to pull off an impeccable comeback. And as said, the problems of this comp before that FUT had diminished. Dart's not going to clear.
Look at this flash.
At least done a little bit of extra damage. Getting themselves further forward, but not committed to that plant just yet. He's still got the wall available to him.
BBL would be finding a record, I believe, if they lose this one, Tom. No team who's played 2 games in the week has lost both games. What a time.
It's not a record anyone wants.
No, I don't think it's one they're aiming for.
No.
Especially after the season. What a heartbreak it would be. It could be, and it might be. Plant to come through,
Pora's just tanking it all. Yeah, it reminds me of the old school Sages. Just got to send it in and hope you get a plant. And that's normally worth. Yushina has Omen Flash. Omen Flash Recon is kind of the way they win this.
For that trend to continue here, 4 players.
Omen Flash Recon goes in.
Flash is good, but
they smoked the Recon.
Reveal, catches CNED, wallbang, taking him down. Cracks though, backing him up on the side angle. CNED 7 HP, and he's gone running in.
And CNED smoked the Recon as well, so it didn't get the initial first scan off. Holy. Double pistol. That's 4 out of 4 pistols as well, right? No, 3-1 pistols. 3-1, but 2-0 on this map.
Once he's below 10 HP.
It's insane.
It's 100. It's 100. I swear. Right, Tom. Like it just seems like the second that happens, CNED is just truly unstoppable. Oh, he actually didn't get a body shot there. 98%.
Stats don't lie, but Tom does. That's what I've learned today.
10-3. Heartbreak looking more and more likely, and a top spot in the group for FUT. The Na'Vi fans won't be happy either.
Right here.
I get to watch them play potentially a little bit more, but that's about the only positive.
I'll never say no to more Na'Vi VODs. But ahead of an international event, I think that's the last thing they want.
Toxins going up.
10-3.
Single elimination. I don't think anyone wants that.
Very true.
FUT might avoid that.
And BBL a 4 spot here, Tom. The attacking
side
side wants
to
move into A.
They got to start winning rounds.
Here. They could have played 11-3.
They get close and they can drone.
Their best chance is to interrupt
straight up through smoke.
A smoke. Mr. Fallen picks up the
guys, surely you drone this.
Azana Captain eliminates Brave Viper Util down and out post plant ability. Not even worth talking about.
Surely we drone.
The plant down first, and the spike is in the open.
Where was? Why is there no drone here? Oh my god.
Great transfer from Kushner. Good damage, but it's not enough. Not unless Elite can pull out a 1 versus 4. Ada and CNED 1 shot to the
Truly the best bit of util for taking over towards A, and they didn't use it. And what, are they just going to carry on force buying? I guess.
Pattern with this guy.
The fact
but he's only got 9 kills. Are most of his kills on this map with like sub 10 HP?
Probably. I was about to say he hasn't really been needed as much in this one. Mr. Fallen 17-7, Ada Captain 17-6. The fact is, this team has had depth for quite a while, but the additions they've made have been great. But it's actually, I mean,
look at this. Yeah, they force this one, but they don't force this one. Kind of just accept it as 12.
In fact, maybe just one that managed to make this happen. That is not the start they're looking for. CNED immediately pops the head of Pora. And with what they've got in this round, taking an early loss, not what was needed.
He almost gets baited into it as well, Tom. The deep knife means that he can take one step forward and not get caught by it. Maybe get a good flank timing, something like that. But he didn't account for CNET being on top yellow, watching the angle, ripping his head off. Weak weapons across the board for BBL. Barely any weapons left. Mr. Fall, I don't think he's even seeing these players. He's just spamming it down. Out of captain's definitely
making it look easy for them. 9 chances. 9 chances for FUT to go top, and 9 chances for Liquid to... Who'd they play? Fnatic, right? Yeah, it'd be Liquid Fnatic.
Lights out season. BBL being in playoffs 2 weeks ago was no question in my mind that we were going to see it. But here we are.
It's almost, it's bittersweet. They beat Na'Vi this season. They beat Heretics this season. They beat Koi. That's kind of cool. But then they lost to Giant X. That was the map that kind of did them in. That will be the one that probably haunts them. I think facing FUT was always going to be a nightmare. They've started this round
I like the idea though. I like the idea on this. Similar to I mean, Fnatic used to do something similar to this. I like the KO flash with the dasher. They got absolutely wrecked, but I still like the overall idea.
Of them getting their first round on this side, even still, it's easier said than done. He's completely surrounded, so I don't think any miracles will happen this time. Yedaje hoping to pull off one of his own, but Reezy's quick.
All right, we'll count it down. 8 chances now.
12-4. 8 in a row on the attacking side for an
Royal Evme, how we doing? Thank you so much, man. Sorry that I missed that earlier. Thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate the 3 months.
That 82nd province, the Istanbul for them. For BBL, though, that's no longer the case. Even going onto this map, FUT look better on map number 3. And there's a long road to go before they can even consider that.
Dude, to fragging IGL, Mr. Fallon, 20-8.
It's irrelevant. The main thing, make playoffs.
What a
Anything else
beast.
is gravy, but for that they need 8 rounds in a row before they can even think about what will happen on Ascent.
J Faith as well, thank you so much for that. Appreciate the prime, thank you for the 11 months, dude. Almost a year as well, man, thanks so much.
On the other side is a res, so unless it's going to be an early pick in an awkward position, Kushner is just looking to try and take the fight. As said, on this side, it's always more difficult. Him running that Omen doesn't allow for the same sort of shenanigans we see from the opposing side, and Pora might be going down here as well. He's managed to dodge and survive
Managed
for
to
the
get
moment.
out of there. When I was gonna say, kind of smart. The Pora didn't even go for him. I feel like.
Players staring at him once the wall goes down. Defuse
I like you saw him go there.
stuck just yet. FUT baiting them into fights. Shot from CNED with the dash on out.
Gotta keep an eye on the luck at this one. And someone is watching it.
No, in fact, it's a nade that gets thrown through.
Yeah, UTJ was watching it, but Elite gets the kill.
Push out of Kushner is perfect. Sure, CNED picks up one, but the time now running low with players still to be found. They're still finding them though. Spray out of Brave, good to catch out of Captain. And
Nice luck from Elite. He got a lot from this.
There's still some life left in this game.
Yeah, in terms of FUT, got 2-4. I didn't fully see the money. I imagine there you go.
They're starting to get there, and the economy isn't going to be there, at least for now. Of course, for FUT, they can take a lot of these rounds quite easy at this stage, and I see CNED having a Blade Storm, and I'm still nervous.
Trying to get him pumped up, why not? Okay, 7.
That's the most important thing, really. Is still having that mental strength to look to try and climb back in these rounds.
Recon goes over towards A, clears everything. Mr. Fallon wants his ult back, so he starts getting orbs.
Round of Anna Captain in the Viper's Pit, the 2 versus 4.
Riazi, probably getting his for this as well. Right?
Now it's all about trying to stabilize, trying to get back some of the magic that we've
Recon
seen
goes to clear yellow. Okay, yeah.
Split. FUT have had a blip or 2 of their own, but their season has been sublime. And while this man up close, he
That's unlucky. It's like the flash kind of landed like through his legs.
It's CNED I look at in this round with the Blade
Go
Storm.
wrecked.
Everybody else can do damage. They can pull them off with
Yeah,
just
no dash
sheriffs,
anymore.
but these rounds with the Blade Storm is where everything can go right for CNED. No updraft to work with, and he, well...
Good reposition from him as well. He might have a few here.
Kushner able to find that, and now up top, following up on another 3 kills for him, and it looks like they've locked in the anti-thrifty, with only damage being the name of the game, and one that won't really matter at 12-5.
It looked like he was going to try and fragment the dart. I'm like,
6 chances.
I would be very impressed.
Well, that's a third of them
That's
gone.
a lineup I don't have. 12-6. 3 in a row. Twice that needed. Just to take us to overtime.
Yeah, timing was a bit
We
off
are
there.
starting to see some of those stars get some of their flair back. Kushner climbing that board. Every round that passes, we need to see the best we've ever had from him. And we need some of the other stars to wake up. Elite's been a little bit more quiet than what we've seen throughout the season. He was top rated
But good ults.
in the
Still
whole
kind
tournament
of
going into this match.
far away from the big ults.
CNED was
But
behind him. I say was because
Knife goes in,
he is
Recon goes in
effective,
over towards
especially
A,
after map 1.
and oh my goodness, we
I
stick
can't
it.
believe he stuck this.
At 12-6, sticking this
Smoke.
all the way through. It's being watched.
Look at the back
And
as
the
well.
captain
Oh
knows
man,
this is a
these other guys might
possibility.
just die heavy here though.
Close, Yenige. Not expected after CNED's initial kill, and they
Dude, are
make
they
it
not
out,
even-
avoiding Kushner. They're watching their back. They're aware that this is an angle
Oh.
he could be on, and it's all down to the timing. The swing from CNED gets the trade. The advantage stays in their hands.
CNED
They
gets
made the
his dash
mistake of
back.
tagging him down to 20 HP. That's where he's been hitting every single shot. He's been unkillable. Once he goes low, the ult is used to finally deal with CNED.
A
To
huge
equalize the numbers
3v3.
and perhaps get them a plant through on this side.
Oh, the
No,
single
Lord's out in the
swing.
open. That's the spike. I mean, they can just about reach it by the looks
Single
of things.
swing,
They
bro.
will do just that. But the advantage given away, and Yenige has ultimate online. The lockdown could be used at any moment just to force these players back with 40 seconds left. Time is a big deal for BBL. They can't go rotating to the other side. Commitment to this plant and post plants, they want to pick ahead of it. Razy can't find
U2J
a
has
single
his
player.
ult, so like, do they need to
Backs off
fight
the
a bit
reveal.
aggro?
There'll be no further utility in play with that knife. Catching both. Nice
Well.
shot for Cracks. Trying to get ahead of the fight.
Solid from FUT. As if Liquid managed to qualify. I swear it's like 3% or something. Everything went right for them.
With that, BBL's playoff chances
Huge.
are ruined.
Okay,
They
FUT
are
top of
down
the
out despite
top of their
an
group,
incredible
and Liquid
season
play
top.
Fnatic.
They've been robbed